What is up, guys? Look, welcome back to the channel. A couple of weeks ago we did a habitat video and we asked you guys if you wanted to see more of it, and the overwhelming response was yes. So we're back working on the duck hole. We had a couple of weeks of rain, which was kind of weird for the middle of the summer, like we've had it, but we're dried out now, and we got some places we need to dry out. So the first thing we're going to do today is, you see back here, spray rig. I've got to go spray some broadleafs that are undesirable plants that we don't want growing to help dry out the deal, so we can turn the dirt over, set back some woody succession. That's hilarious. There goes a wood duck right there. So anyway, we're going to start there. Then we're going to go to another spot that we've already dissed, harrowed, and everything, and you'll see what has come up is not desirable, but we'll talk about that when we get there. And we want to kill that undesirable, and we want to foster some native grasses and whatnot to grow. So you're going to see when I first come into this, where I'm about to start spraying, is there is a ton of beaked sedge, which beaked sedge is really good duck food. Here, I'll show it to you. Look, this right here, this is beaked sedge. Look at it. It's called beaked because look at the ends of it. So in that was a flower, and now that'll produce a seed. And if you notice, that one plant probably, I mean, look at all the seeds. So then you look out here and amongst us, and it's just a field of it. So when we kill it and it lays down, all that seed is going to be on the ground available for ducks once the winter comes here. So, and what you'll do when you knock it down is other stuff will grow up through it. So instead of having just a beaked sedge field, which sedges, green-winged teal, your smaller ducks love sedge seeds because they're real small seeds. So you'll notice that they get a bunch of them. And so we'll have two different regimes. So we'll have the sedges, lay them down. Then hopefully what comes in behind it will either be pink smartweed, like signal grasses, or panic grasses, or wild millets, or sprangle tops. So just a whole bunch of different kind of stuff can come after this, provided we get a decent rain. So there's just a lot of playing with it. But look, we're going to go through it. I'm about to turn the sprayer on. I'm going to turn the camera off. This one, you see I got my chesty on. I'm going to run my chesty while I'm going through some of this stuff, and if I see stuff needs to be talked about, I'll stop and talk about it. But stick with us, man. It's going to be fun doing something a little different. So let's get to it. I don't know if y'all can hear me over the four-wheeler, but whoa, this is the job you don't want. Because let me tell you something, I am in a mosquito and cottonmouth haven. So you see right here coming up, we're coming up on, you see their sedges are not as tall. We're coming up on some white smartweed, which is Pennsylvania smartweed, which is just not near as desirable as the pink or purple smartweed known as Pennsylvania. I may have misspoke. The white is known as like water pepper, or oh boy. And now we got a beaver run that I don't know that I can cross. The beavers have dug a ditch, so I don't know what to do here other than kill the pump for a second and see if I can make it across. So hey, how deep is that thing? Let's just put the front two tires in it. I just don't want to get high centered coming up out of it. Just like that. All right. Well, that didn't take long, boys. So, what you do here, golly, is that sucker deep. You come around like here, you put a little weight on the front tires so they can spin, and you just pull. I'm gonna have to probably not talk and just do this. Boy, I can't hold on to it. All right. That didn't take long, did it? Lord have mercy. And now you call for help. All right, so I had to bail on the other hole, spraying it, because realized once I got across the Beaver Run, I was gonna have to go back across it. So I just ended up getting out of there, backing out, coming to spray this hole. So this one is, you saw us kill some ducks out of it last year. There's the blind. See it back in there, tucked in. There. This is the culprit, coffee bean. This is what we're after. Now you'll see I got a nice little buffer between here and that blind. That is for cover. So the culprit here though, when we disc this, a bunch of young coffee bean come up. Now I'm gonna show you. There's one right there in my shadow. Let me see if I can move. That's a young one, but even more troubling are these little bitty ones. And you'll see, you look down through there and it looks green, right? Looks like we planted all that, but we ain't planted that. That's just noxious weeds. That's all young coffee bean. So it's what you get when you disturb soil. Sometimes, you know, you do it at the wrong time, or just, you know, that's what was in the seed bank. The cool thing about coffee bean, and the only cool thing about it, is that the daggum seed can stay viable in the ground for 30 years. Ain't that something? So but anyway, so you see I got the spray rig right there. I have sprayed all of this to kill the coffee bean, hopefully, in theory. And now we'll see what happens after this. We hopefully some other grasses and whatnot, springletops, barnyard and stuff like that will come back in its place, but you never know. Maybe another round of coffee bean, and it may be another time spent on a spreader. So that's just part of it. Probably gonna leave all this to grow up, give them some roosting habitat, give them, you'll see here, big wad of coffee beans, button willows, all that. A lot of that is just like I was talking about earlier, for habitat diversity. So you don't want everything looking like one deal. Well, you know, this right here that I'm showing you, this is the reason we got that cut out. That's our killing hole. So this is where we'll hunt ducks, and this is where we want our decoys. We want them to be able to easily be seen by the ducks. So cut you a little hole out, keep it nice and low. That way you can put your decoys, your jerk strings, your mojo ripplers, all that kind of good stuff out here in the water. Make a lot of commotion, and then when ducks come back here, you know, this is a great north wind hole. You're sitting there, north wind, good cold front day, clear bluebird day. You just look right down that chute right there, and here they come. And man, we've had a lot of good duck hunts out of this one. I look to have a lot more good ones in the future. That's the deal. You want to kill your noxious weeds so that your good stuff has a chance to come up. And basically, like I said, it's all trial and error. Keep playing with it if you don't know what you're doing. Like if you've never done this before and it's something you want to try, you really need 3 or 4 good pieces of equipment. You need a bush hog, you need a good set of discs, and you need a sprayer. And you can start developing your duck hole into what you want it to be. You know, we plant some stuff, and I'll go by and show you that too, where we've planted some millet. But for the most part, we try to stay native. The reason for that being, native food generally has a lot longer shelf life. It'll produce more seeds per acre for cheaper, a lot cheaper than cultivated stuff. And ducks, man, you got to remember something. In Louisiana, man, it stays warm a lot of the winter. So when they get here, they don't need flooded corn. They don't need high carb diets. They'll go to them, they like them, but I'm just saying, down here, grasses and all, and bugs and protein and getting ready for their return trip is the deal. So the more you can provide that for them, it just seems to me the better success you have once you get down here. The further north you go, obviously, you know, corn is king. But down here, we've tried it, and you know, I just can't notice an appreciable difference. So millet's a lot cheaper, and it's a lot easier to grow, and you really ain't got to depend on the rain. You're really just trying to grow a weed the farmer's been trying to kill for years. So but anyway, that's it on the spraying on this hole, and let's go look at some other stuff.